Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another session of Open Diner. How are you all? Great. So tonight we're going to be speaking about our topic is from Bane to Boon, overcoming adversity. So it's going to be a great night. We have a lot to talk about. We see how the state of the world right now. We're experiencing all kinds of problems on a global level as well as a personal level. So we're seeing more disasters, more wildfires, floods, storms, massive destruction. We're in the 5th stage of the coronavirus pandemic. And there's major problems with the economy. Drug addiction, substance abuse is on the rise. Divorce is on the rise. There's problems involving inequality of economic inequality, racism, climate change, affordability of healthcare, job opportunities. It's just crazy. Everybody you speak with now, they have something to complain about the way the world is going. There's so many things. And many people have even stopped watching the news because it's just bad news. You know, it's a general feeling of doom and gloom, hopelessness. So people don't want to watch the news. But we can start asking a question, why is all of this happening? Is maybe all of these events are happening for a reason. Maybe they're not just isolated and meaningless events. So, everything happens for a reason. The universe is interconnected and interdependent. And nothing exists in isolation. All of nature and the universe, it works together harmoniously and perfectly. Only the human beings, only us, we mess with the harmony and the equilibrium because we're selfish and we're greedy. And what happens is we experience a lot of problems because of this. But the problems, the personal problems and the global problems, they're supposed to push us into action. It's like no pain, no gain. So the pain, it stirs us up to make changes. This is why it's happening. This is why all of this stuff is happening. And it causes us it's supposed to cause us to reevaluate and change course. So tonight, how can we turn this Bane into Boon? Okay, this is what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you can all turn on your cameras, and this is a cameras on event. We see that it helps us to connect better if you have your camera on. And there's going to be activities tonight that require that we be able to see each other. So please, if you can turn on your cameras, please do that. And if you're joining us on Facebook and YouTube, welcome. And please participate, answer the questions, tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and we'll try to read your answers. If you participate, we'll try to read your answers. Okay, so let's have a great show. I'm your host. I'm Carl. I'm from Florida.
I'm Linda from New York.
I'm Roberta from Long Island, New York. Hello.
Well, we've had enough doom and gloom now. Now we're going to have an icebreaker in order to get to know each other better. Did I skipped something? I'm sorry. I went ahead. First, I want to give some announcements and reminders to those who have been here before. We're trying to create a supportive environment where we connect above differences. Please stay on topic, no criticism, and avoid politics. Remember to mute your microphone when not speaking to minimize background noise. There's nothing worse than you're trying to talk and you hear something happening in the background. If you can turn your cameras on, it'll allow you to fully benefit from this event. And please remember to keep your answers brief so everyone gets a chance to speak. Again, if you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, please participate. Answer the questions in the comments and we'll try to answer them here. So now for the icebreaker, to get to know each other better. We said before that many people have stopped watching the news because it's nothing but bad news. So let's imagine that we live in a world of good news. What kind of news would you like to hear? Give us an example of something you heard or wish you had heard on the news that would make you smile.
I have one. All the countries decided to get together to work together on the world problems.
They found a cure for cancer.
I would like to see more news about the good kids in our society. You only hear about the bad ones. And there are so many young people that are involved in all of the social causes today. And I'd like to see that's what should be on the news.
Yeah, that I agree with that totally. There's a lot of good things happening out there, but the news always focuses on the bad things happening. If they could just ignore the bad and report on the good, I think that things would definitely change.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we heard news like that scientists are starting to draw relationships between the relationship between human beings and everything else around us. It's like a new science.
Or something like that, that streets in New York are clean, parks are clean, beaches, sidewalks, and boardwalks are, everyone cares for everyone else and try to make the place pristine.
On a way to make the water pure, clean.
I'd love to hear that every child in foster care was adopted.
I'll go with Paula. Anything that we can hear about children going to school, having their needs met, no more children without parents. I agree with you, Paula. That would be the best news ever.
We see that families are starting to come together and stay together, and nobody's getting divorced anymore.
I don't know about that one.
Kids.
But it's what we would like to see.
Since we were talking about kids, I would like to see kids getting a better education, the whole education system being reinvented, and there being more education focused on how to be a decent human, a responsible human being in society, and how to work together with other human beings in a collaborative manner.
They have found that they have start valuing teachers and paying them more because they are so valuable.
That the resources to take care of the homeless problem is really working. They found solutions. They found ways to find them jobs, to find them homes, to take care of the drug and mental problems with the homeless. And there are no more homeless.
How about that the last home alarm system company finally closed down after all these years?
Or news like young people now using social network to support and build each other up.
They're shutting down hospitals because nobody's getting sick anymore.
Hey, what do we do for work?
Preventive care. And also they found that in the education system, it is very, very important to find in each child his, her talent and bring it to the flourishing degree.
Our crime rates have lowered drastically. Prisons are having to be shut down. They're empty.
No need for guns.
It goes with my article, which is in my news, which is people have hope for the future.
Lambs and wolves are walking around and they're in packs like buddies.
That's unnatural, Carl.
How about that weekends now, when everybody's off, are now paid? So actually the work week is now going to be like 2 days long. How's that? You do your work on Monday and you finish it on Tuesday. There you go. Every other day is a national holiday, maybe?
I'd like to hear that Mother Nature is in balance. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
The waste in government is being used to pay people a living wage.
Scientists have agreed on the solution to global warming.
And because of that, there is no winter anymore.
Hey, I like winter.
Yeah, speaking from South Carolina.
South Carolina or Los Angeles.
They found the gene to eliminate hate.
How about they found out that if you're nice to people, you actually get younger. So every time you're nice to somebody, you gain you become younger, but you live longer. This is just a theory, but this is the nicest aspect of it.
Sounds great to me.
Alex, can you think of anything? I haven't heard from you yet.
That nations can resolve their problems in a more peaceful manner without having to go to war.
Excellent. Well, Carl, I think we'll just go over to you for now.
Okay. Well, we're doing good on time. I was going to say one more that smiling now they're finding out is the greatest exercise you can do for good health.
And it causes you to lose weight?
Yeah. It's the greatest exercise.
And it causes you to grow hair.
All right. So we have a video that was made by Gary, and actually Gary and Nina together. They did this video, and we're going to watch it now, and it has to do with this point that we're talking about, of course. And then we're going to have a round discussion afterwards. So here we go. Let's watch a video.
Today's troubles may not seem so bad. Businesses have reopened, there's warm weather, and we have a vaccine. How bad can it be? Although there's a new Delta variant of the virus, and 1 out of every 9 people is getting sick, often our pleasure-seeking nature tends to overlook these grim details. After all, communicable diseases have existed since our hunter-gatherer days, and humankind has already gone through malaria, tuberculosis, leprosy, influenza, smallpox, and others. If we look at the situation in the world now, rarely are scores of people killed. There is no pestilence that is threatening to decimate half the population, no tyrant that has taken over half the world, and most of us are not dying of starvation. However, if we look closer, we actually are not far from having to face any of these problems. And the problems that are already in our face are quite serious. We may not be perishing in droves like before, but the tolerance that we have today is also not nearly that of our ancestors. We are quite spoiled by all the lavishes of modern life, quite sensitive to any disturbances to our daily routine, and suffer much more from far less pain. This may sound like a flaw, but only if we think that there's no rhyme or reason to the pain we experience. In truth, all pain is purposeful, and there's a higher plan behind everything that transpires in our world. Pain stirs us into action, and nowadays we need fewer afflictions in order to move and adapt. If such levels of pain weren't enough for us, we'd be seeing levels of anguish similar to the atrocities of our medieval ancestors. These relatively mild crises are transforming us. Nature is pushing us gently from behind to establish different, better relationships between us. Bit by bit, we are engendering a new humanity, where people feel connected and mutually dependent. In this new humanity, it is becoming evident that a virus anywhere is a virus everywhere. And this isn't just pertinent to viruses, but to anything that pains humanity. Slowly but surely, we are beginning to realize that we are like cells of a single body, and we need to work together to maintain an equilibrium. Look at the floods that have inundated towns and villages all over the world, which affect our transport networks and contaminate water. The wildfires that have colored the moon orange on several occasions, the social tensions that seem almost identical in different parts of the world, and of course the virus that started in China and affected each of our lives in multiple ways. We have become a global village, and more people are waking up to this fact. Nothing proves it more equivocally than our troubles. Yet we can turn this Bane into a Boon. Our closeness is inescapable. Not only are we social creatures by nature, and we depend on each other to be happy, but the world has become more interconnected than ever before, and our fates are continuously intertwined. This very closeness can be our salvation. This closeness is already a fact. However, when there's animosity and competition between us, the closeness becomes crippling. When brotherhood and friendship prevail and rule in society, the closeness becomes advantageous. As much as we may like to, we cannot disconnect from the rest of the world. We may want to run away and move to a remote island, but we'll suffer the consequences of that sooner rather than later in this new interconnected world. Nature simply won't allow us to escape. That is because nature is gently pushing us through all the troubles toward greater and better connection with our fellow human beings. More and more we have to begin to care for each other like brothers and sisters, and care for our home, which is this entire planet. If we want to stop all the suffering, our only option is to turn our foul connections into positive, beneficial connections. Understanding this is the first step, and by starting to treat others better by rising above our anger and disagreements, we are certainly moving in the right direction. Unity is the ultimate goal, and the cure for all our ills and agonies. Each of us is responsible, and each decides whether to tilt the scale toward our common cure or our common suffering.
Wow. Really, really good. Really good. The message is really clear there that it's, through our human connection, it sounds like, it really will solve a lot of what's going on in the world. Just our good connection with each other. It's something that is so important. Thank you. Thank you guys for that video. Okay, now we're going to go into a round discussion. There's some etiquette rules we go over first. So we want to build a space here of support, love, care, and warmth, right? I mean, just from that video, we have to start really thinking about the way we are towards each other. And this workshop, this round table discussion that we do, it's practicing that. We're learning to listen to each other, and everything that everybody says, it's not right or wrong. It's just something for us to listen to, and we can add to it because everybody has something important to say. So we go around and we speak briefly and on topic, so everybody gets a chance to talk. And let's go. Let's talk about this. That's all right, Linda. I'm done. Okay. I don't know if it was Linda sharing that, but anyway. Okay. So the first question is, what lesson can we learn from all the recent troubles? So if you want to mention something that impressed you from the video, then go ahead. That's great. If you want to mention something additional, that's great too. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answers. We're just having a good discussion here. We're adding to each other, and let's have fun. So what lesson can we learn from all the recent troubles? It's in the chat. We're going to start with Rona.
I think that what's been clear to us is how much we affect each other. How powerful actually the impact of one is toward the other. Just look at how the pandemic just completely turned our lives upside down, realizing that the decision that you have in your own household affects everyone else around you in your neighborhood, and even further than that. Thanks.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah, I agree with Rona. I think that it's kind of like, somebody gets the sniffles in a faraway land, and the whole world economy shuts down. This is a pretty clear message. I don't think you could really spell it out too much. It's like, essentially, you at this point have to take care of one another, but it has to be reciprocal as well. So we're in a conundrum right now.
It's true. Nina?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like the video was saying, we're realizing to what extent we're, like, the whole world is becoming a small village, so to speak, where our actions affect others much more than we think. And we can't just be responsible for ourselves anymore. We have to be responsible for others. And just being responsible for others and trying to steer the world toward our common cure, not
Thanks, Nina. Willie, what do you got?
Well, you know, I like to see that we understand that we have to all come together to be able to work on these problems. It's not isolated to one area, one country, and not one group is going to come up with all the answers. Well, we can see that it's going to take us all. It's going to take every one of us coming together, willing to work on the problem.
Great answers. Wow. Marie.
Okay. This is going to sound crazy, but many years ago, I had the thought, I mean, when we were, Neanderthal people and all of that, back in those ages, things were a lot different, of course. And then through the ages, we have all different kinds of people in society and all different colors of people in society. And I just had this vision of maybe in 1,000 years, 2,000 years, something like that, we will intermingle so much that we'll all become one color, one human, society. And, my fondest hope is that we wouldn't have all this bickering that we have now and killings, and the world has gotten so crazy. We're supposed to be closer together through technology, but we're not. So that's what I've been thinking.
Great. Thank you, Marie. Roberta.
Thank you. I'm just going to continue like Marie said. Years ago, just think about everybody used to trade their food. I needed, let's say, water, and I had bread and we switch it out and it was just enough to get by. But then all of a sudden, I need more water, more bread, more this, and everybody became egotistical that mine. But we could see that all that would happen was that it cannot be so individual into oneself. It is collective. Even how they found the COVID vaccine was through many doctors, many pharmaceuticals came together, which they never did before. So you can see it's a collective effort that is going to change the world. And the smallest, thing that anybody does affects everybody. So you can see we are all combined. They have said, we've even said here before in different shows, we're woven like a blanket. So all of us is connected in some way with everything we do, good and bad. So when we do something good, we affect someone. When we do something bad, we affect someone. So it's not the I that this world has become, like Marie's saying. It is the I, but we want to change it back to the we.
Man, this session of Open Diner should be on prime time. I'm telling you. Everybody should hear this, really. Alex.
I think that this whole period that everyone's had to isolate has really opened a lot of people's eyes to the fact that no matter who you are, you can go at any time. So you have to be more caring and loving to the people that are in your lives, because you don't know how much longer they'll be there for, or how much longer you'll be here for that matter.
Great. Wow. This is amazing. Gary.
Yeah, like Alex was saying, I think the isolation has forced us to see how much we need each other and how much we actually long for each other, for the connection. And I think the thing that is really destroying us is that I think it was Marie and Roberta were saying that, life used to be simpler thousands of years ago. Man was in harmony with nature. Man didn't take more than he needed. He took care of others. He took care of his family. And the ego has grown so much that we want more and more for ourselves, and we quit caring about each other. But we just got to get back to that place. And I think all of we're out of balance with nature. And I think that's why nature is reacting.
That's it. Linda.
Well, I go along with what everybody has said, basically. We need to learn to live for today. Don't think about what happened yesterday, because that's behind you. It's done, it's over. Think about today, the people who you love today. And because tomorrow they might not be here. So I think that's one thing we have learned, maybe.
Exactly. Paula.
I think a lot of us have learned not to take anything for granted, or at least we hope we have. Like a few other people said, tomorrow's not promised, and we're here temporarily, and we shouldn't take anybody or anything for granted.
Yeah, we're all one big family, and we have to realize that it's tough to see it from that perspective, but the way we're all so interconnected now, and what we do affects the other person. What all of you are saying, it's just we have to get away from those what are they called, the superficial pleasures, the pleasures that are just here and then they're gone, and start holding on to those pleasures that you guys are talking about, the connection, the love between us, the caring. So important. Okay. From Facebook, Roberta, were there any comments?
Yes, we have a nice banter over here. We have Linda had said, let me make sure I'm reading the right question. It's been revealed that many jobs are non-essential and schools and jobs can be done from home. David saying the good old days being the Neanderthals, but a beautiful rainbow of peace and harmony unifying the whole globe. And Linda said, no, that's all that was said, actually. There's nice banter going on over Facebook, nice conversation, but everybody's pretty much saying the same thing.
Great. Thank you, everybody from Facebook and anybody from YouTube. Please give us your comments. It's great. Thank you for participating. All right, so we're going to go on to the second question. How can we help support each other during such challenging times? How can we help support each other during such challenging times? And let's go for Natalia.
So instead of concentrating on ourselves and our own problems, we may need to concentrate on others. Maybe somebody else needs our help. So just be more sincere, more helpful, and more thankful about other people who's probably in trouble in this time, in isolation, and needs something. Be in touch with as many people as possible and be alert and be helpful.
Thank you. Rona.
I think be mindful of the decisions that we're making, because it's you deciding for others also. And so each time, you don't even need to get to the point like the video was saying to feel responsible for everyone. But if you could get there, it would be amazing. But at least have a good thought for others. Thanks.
Yeah, There's a lot with the thoughts. Our thoughts are so powerful. Judy.
I agree, Carl. Well, we are here to help and support each other. That's all we can do when we hear of somebody hurting or just needing something simple. And as simple as going to the grocery store and smiling at people instead of being so grumpy. It goes a long way. I've seen it, I've felt it. But be there for other people and try to make that human connection, which we really have lost. The world is in dire straits. We need to help this planet. It's screaming at us.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you for not screaming. No, you're so right. Okay, Alyssa.
Well, beautiful answers. And what I can add is just actually a continuation of the previous question, that now we can appreciate that our life became simpler. We don't have to chase, things that bring us like immediate pleasure, and we in a second we drop them and chase something else. We have more time, to reconnect to not only our families but our classmates or buddies from college, and find out how are they doing, what do they need, just to rediscover the connection of between everyone, And one thing also we probably all learned, that we don't have to grab the last thing from the shelf, Let it be, let it someone who needs it really desperately take it, So we will care for each other. We learned a lot and we can do a lot.
Thank you, Alyssa. Dan.
I think if you can see to any extent that we're all interconnected to an extreme degree too, like it's getting very extreme how connected we are. If one bank fails, all our banks will fail. They told us that. That you should basically tell others. You should explain that to others when possible, if that's what you see.
The information. Yeah, people are so confused. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why. So here at Open Diner, we're going to show you what the problem is, what the solution is. Okay. Nina.
Dan just reminded me, actually, I was at the bank the other day going to the ATM, and there was this guy not wearing a mask and sneezing and not covering his mouth. And I was just bewildered, like how after everything that we've gone through, can you be so irresponsible towards everyone around you? It's just crazy that some people still haven't learned the lesson, and it will take probably harder blows for us to finally learn that lesson, that we are responsible for each other, and we need to do what we can to protect each other. Like even in simple, this is a simple example with not getting each other infected with coronavirus, but in everyday things, if someone needs help bringing groceries up to their apartment, I mean, it used to be a regular thing that we would help the elderly or get up for the elderly in public transportation, for example. Now no one seems to be doing that. So I would like to bring back some of those nice customs and caring for each other.
Me too. Willie.
I'm a guy kind of up in age. No jokes about it. And I remember the old saying, never judge a person until you walk a mile in his shoes. And if we would say, well, let me try to put myself in other people's shoes to try to understand why are they going through what they're going through, why are they acting the way they're acting, why are they feeling the way that they're feeling. Maybe they give us a whole different outlook about life when we understand people better.
Thanks, Willie. Marie.
Okay. I had an experience several years ago. Usually I drive all over the place, but sometimes I take public transportation. So here in New York, we have the Metro card. So the bus drivers don't take actual cash anymore. And I get on the bus and my card wouldn't work. I was very embarrassed, it just wouldn't work. What am I going to do? This gentleman comes out of his seat, walks over, puts his card in for me, and I gave him the equivalent in money. I was just shocked that somebody would do that. And I think that, wherever we see a need, no matter how small, we have to show up and, step up to the plate and do something. I've been starting to volunteer a lot, so it's been very rewarding for me. You just have to help one another. I think that's what the whole thing is all about.
Yeah. We are here for each other. Yes. All right. Roberta, anything from Facebook?
I could check right now. I thought we were going to me. See how the ego works? Okay. So we have from Facebook. Okay. So we have Linda says, by challenging ourselves to focus on our attitude and the impact it has on others, what do I want to achieve? Spread around a positive or a negative result. Also, women used to volunteer or organize the community since we were housewives. Today, women are working and becoming very egotistical at the point of not even wanting to take responsibility of the family. Okay, I don't know. It's true, but positive things. Dan said the banks won't fail. The governments will be rescued by them. But overall, we're all saying the same thing throughout this chat here. But just be an ear to listen when someone needs to speak. That's probably all I probably should have said, but I'm giving you the banter of all the exciting things that are happening on Facebook.
Thanks, Roberta. Okay, I see Jerry is here. If you want to participate, you're more than welcome. If you want to turn on your camera, you're more than welcome. We're going to go to a little activity right now. Linda?
Okay, everybody knows our dance, our open diner dance, where we all follow each other, kind of like follow the leader. One person starts and the music will be playing and you dance in your seat, do whatever to the music. And then it'll go on to the next person. And what happens is you see a little text message in front of you. All that means is you're being shown, you're being pinned, and do your dance. We don't want to see you. See, what does that say? No, it's your chance to dance. Just do whatever you want. Just shake your head, shake your hands, whatever. So let's go to the music. Where is it now? Here we go.
In these times so uncertain, what are we thinking of? Is the world going crazy, or is he sending love? Could it be that his message just goes over our heads, leaving us with the feeling of confusion instead? Alone I am blind, together we see. We need one another to truly be free. Alone I am blind, together we see. We need one another to truly be free. La 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 la. Only through our connection can this world be perceived. Through uniting desires is his message received. In this time more than ever, there's a call to unite above all the chaos and turn darkness to light. Alone I am blind, together we see. We need one another to truly be free. Alone I am blind, together we see. We need one another to truly be free. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. 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 Unity and connection is the only way to burn through the darkness and reveal the light of day. Through confusion and chaos, we've been thinking of, we discover his message of love. Alone I am blind, together we see. We need one another to truly be free. Alone I am blind, together we see. We need one another to truly be free. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Everybody wake up.
Getting good at this.
I think we've all been practicing. Okay. Now we're going to have a kind of a find your friend game. That's what I'm going to call it. You pick somebody, or you pick somebody, and you say something good to them. Wish them something nice for the week until we meet again. Then that participant chooses someone else and does the same thing, wishes them something nice for the week. So everybody got it? Okay. Let's see. I'll start. Marie, I wish you happiness and joy for the week.
Sounds great. Thank you. Willie, I know that you're happily married, and I hope that you and your wife get to do something really fun this week.
Thank you. Judy, you know, you have this wonderful smile. I hope that throughout the week you keep that smile and no one takes it away from you. Don't let anyone take it away from you.
Thanks, Willie. Paula, I hope for the next week you are happy, joyous, and have a safe and sound week. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Judy. Gary, I hope that everybody else gets to enjoy your humor as much as we do here at the Open Diner, and that you light up somebody's day this week.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nina. All I can say is let this week really refresh you, and everything you do strengthen and energize you.
I think that might be just what I need. Thank you, Gary. Carl. Did Carl get a wish? No. Did you get a wish, Carl? No. I hope that you and your family, oh, that was a strong lightning. I hope that you and your family have an amazing week, and that your connections in the family become stronger.
That's great. Thank you. Ooh, I get chills. Thank you. Not from the lightning, but from you guys. Thank you. Rono, I hope that the good news shines its light on you until we meet again.
Thanks, Carl. Need that. I want to wish to Natalia. I wish for you to bring happiness to people just by being around them next week.
Thank you. So I wish to Dan to spend the weekend with you, surrounded by your friends, the best friends, and be very joyful and happy, and that they will bring you deep meaning in life.
Thanks, Natalia. Chicago shall stay warm for you. It's not going to get cold anymore. Linda, I hope that you continue to bring joy to everyone around you. I bet you any money you're a really good nurse. And I'm sure and I hope that comes back to you tenfold.
Thank you, Dan. Who didn't get picked yet? I don't even know. Elisa, who didn't get picked yet? Did you? Okay. Did anybody not get picked? My last one?
Elisa and me.
Oh, Elisa, I thought you said you did get picked. Elisa, I hope your smile and your energy passes on to everybody you meet, and it makes everybody happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Roberta. I'm so happy. I have to express your week will be wonderful after this amazing event, and everything you brought to this event. I wish that your week will be full of, joy and happiness and connection with people you know and you don't. So until next time we meet, it will be a happy, happy, happy week for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping I would be picked before you so I could give it to you, but I'll give it to everybody here, that all these wishes everybody gave, everybody comes true. And ones we forget after the show's over, we think, we say, I really wish that for somebody. We can wish it any time and any place, any time from this point on to the end of time. Thoughts are very powerful. So anything's possible, right? So I wish the best for everybody.
To all those on Facebook too.
Yeah, and the cameras are off. You are included in everything we wish to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. All right, we're almost coming to a close here. If we can see the list, you can follow us on Facebook, on Meetup, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and click the subscribe button, the like button, and most importantly, like before we said, the best way to help others is to share what you've learned, what you know, and so tell your friends, definitely tell your friends about this, because it would be so great if this just got huge, and everybody was participating. Every Thursday at 6:30, we do it. So that's it. I think we're going to Linda now. You have some more announcements?
Nope, you took them all from me.
Go.
Let's see everybody next week, next Thursday, 6:30, same bat time, same bat channel. Be here and please tell your friends.
I think we do have announcements.
Yeah, isn't there something about next week, what we're going to be doing?
Maybe,
Oh, yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
Carl, you could explain.
Next week, it will be, our thing will be based on make an impact. We'll continue talking about the times of troubles in the world and how we can make a difference. We'll also be joined by a musical guest. So please RSVP, follow and subscribe on Facebook and Meetup. And we'll hope to see you next week. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, everybody. Big hugs.
Thank you all. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
next
Have a
week.
good week, everybody. Bye.
Great week.